At the edge of the blazing forest, a turning point unfolded, one that would mark a significant moment in the battle against the spread of destructive wild boars. Across farmlands, increasing numbers of wild boars have been causing serious agricultural damage, leading to millions of dollars in losses. Fields are being ravaged, crops destroyed, and ecosystems thrown off balance. To counter this growing threat, professional tracking teams and wildlife managers have taken action to restore harmony between nature and human livelihood. From the first light of dawn, field teams mobilized and quietly moved into their designated zones. Equipped with high-powered binoculars and detailed knowledge of the terrain, each group took position in anticipation of movement. Within minutes, activity stirred. A large boar appeared, slowly making its way toward a familiar hiding place. As it entered the open, a well-coordinated response was initiated. A single, precise action ensured that the animal was swiftly and humanely neutralized, minimizing further impact on nearby farmland. In another region, similar efforts were underway. Wildlife professionals tracked signs along the western hillside, carefully scanning the landscape. Soon, a concealed animal was spotted through the brush. Acting swiftly, a decisive shot ensured a clean conclusion, preventing the animal from continuing its path of destruction. Elsewhere, in a vineyard region, another unit coordinated a thorough perimeter sweep. Trained dogs assisted by flushing out hidden threats from the thickets. As a signal was received, members moved into position. A wild boar suddenly burst forth, and the response was immediate. A single shot, effectively placed, halted the advance just before reaching the rows of grapevines. In another area, as tracking continued, a fast-moving animal was seen darting across a field. Rapid but controlled shots followed, leading to a successful interception before the animal could reach cover. By dusk, teams had begun to wrap up operations. However, unexpected movement in a distant field revealed another group of wild boars actively tearing through vegetation. Responders acted immediately, neutralizing one of the animals while the rest quickly fled. Although some escaped, preventative action had been taken. Across vast stretches of farmland, similar situations unfold daily. In many areas of the United States, feral boars have become a pressing challenge, damaging not only crops but also property and livestock enclosures. This has prompted coordinated efforts from trained teams to implement population control strategies aimed at preserving the balance of rural ecosystems. Each operation contributes to this broader mission. Whether through ambushes, scouting, or precision interventions, the goal remains consistent: to protect agriculture, safeguard communities, and limit ecological damage. In a dense Oklahoma forest, another operation commenced. With skilled dogs leading the search, signs of movement were quickly detected. A wild boar hidden in tall grass attempted to flee but was quickly encircled. A calm, calculated response followed, bringing the situation under control without delay. In a nearby region, another strategic hold point was being monitored. As a boar cautiously emerged, a precise and measured shot brought the moment to a close, indicating a successful engagement. Throughout the day, coordination between tracking teams and trained animals continued to prove essential. On a distant hillside, a fast-moving boar was spotted fleeing pursuit. Without delay, a single, well-placed shot ensured a humane resolution. These moments, while brief, are the result of meticulous planning and split-second decision-making. Each success reduces future risk and contributes to longer-term population control. In the hills of Missouri, the chase continued. A particularly large wild boar, weighing over 400 pounds, was seen running through the terrain, indicating heightened awareness and evasive behavior. Teams quickly took formation and responded with precision. The pursuit ended just past a ridge, marking another effective intervention. In these regions, wild boars have proven to be highly intelligent and elusive. Their sudden appearances and rapid disappearances make them a challenging target. However, with preparation and teamwork, their movements can be predicted and addressed. As evening approached, another animal emerged silently, unaware of the watchful presence nearby. A quiet, precise shot brought the event to an end. On a bed of dry leaves, the result was clear: a controlled and careful operation. conducted with minimal disturbance to the environment. Through each of these efforts, the broader goal remains consistent: managing wildlife populations to protect farms, reduce conflict, and restore ecological balance. These methods are carried out under strict supervision, ensuring ethical and sustainable practices in the ongoing effort to safeguard agricultural lands. Wild boar meat has long played a central role in traditional cuisine, especially in dishes such as daube sanglier, a slow-cooked red wine stew originating from Provence and Corsica in France. To achieve optimal flavor and freshness, some regions continue the practice of sourcing the meat directly from the wild. In remote forests, where wild boar populations roam freely, licensed wildlife management teams and experienced hunters play a critical role not only in sourcing wild game meat, but also in population control efforts. These operations, conducted under strict regulatory guidelines, help prevent overpopulation and mitigate agricultural damage caused by the species. During an early morning operation, visibility was low due to mist blanketing the forest floor. As teams moved quietly through the woodland, trained dogs were released to track potential targets. Once they picked up a scent, their urgent barking signaled nearby movement. Responders moved quickly toward the sound. Within moments, the first wild boar appeared. A well-placed shot was executed, resulting in a swift, humane takedown. Shortly after, additional animals emerged unexpectedly, prompting further controlled actions. Within a few minutes, multiple targets had been intercepted, illustrating how quickly encounters can escalate in such environments. While preparing to regroup, subtle rustling in the underbrush signaled another possible approach. Remaining alert, one team member took position and delivered a clean, measured shot as the animal moved into view. Every movement in the forest floor seemed amplified under the tense atmosphere. Sounds from across the trail indicated the presence of more animals. A careful approach and a steady response brought the situation under control once more. These moments highlight the need for calm, precision, and environmental awareness in managing encounters with wild boar. As the day progressed, and the sun climbed higher, a short break was taken before the operation resumed. In remote locations such as these, vigilance must be maintained at all times, as wild boars are both swift and unpredictable in their movement. Soon after, another boar was flushed out by the dogs, running directly toward one of the pre-established positions. With no viable escape path, the animal was intercepted cleanly. At this stage, the operation shifted tactics. Smaller subgroups dispersed across lookout points, responding quickly to movement detected in the foliage. From one of these locations, a fast-moving boar suddenly appeared. Responding instinctively, a team member executed a decisive shot, halting the animal's advance. In another sector, an intense standoff was underway, with field members responding to rapid activity within the brush. These field operations, while intense, serve a broader purpose: maintaining ecological balance, sourcing natural protein, and reducing crop loss caused by overpopulated species. All actions adhere to strict wildlife conservation standards and local hunting laws. Recent observations by local residents had indicated a rise in wild boar sightings along mountainous slopes near the village. In response, an early expedition was organized to intercept the animals before they could descend further and cause damage. The terrain was steep and treacherous, but based on historical movement patterns, the likelihood of interception was high. The team followed a narrow trail to a predetermined location. Even before full deployment, movement was detected near the roadside. A concealed animal darted from its hiding place, prompting a prompt and well-placed shot. The outcome marked an early success in the day's efforts. After a 30-minute hike, the team arrived at an elevated observation point. The upper slopes were clear, but the foothills below were covered in dense brush, ideal cover for wild boars. From this vantage, one animal attempted to escape after a missed shot, only to reappear moments later in a predictable location. A carefully timed response ensured the target was intercepted before it could flee. Moments later, more movement was detected. A herd of wild boars began climbing the slope. A brief opportunity presented itself as one entered a clearing, and a single accurate shot brought it down, while the others retreated swiftly into the woods. Elsewhere on the ridge, another boar emerged from thick vegetation. An immediate response brought the animal down without delay. In areas such as these, wild boars often travel along paths with heavy vegetation, which provides both cover and foraging opportunities. Experienced teams monitor wind direction and landscape features to increase the effectiveness of their positioning. Some members are stationed high on the ridges, while others are strategically placed in valleys below to provide support. In one instance, a wounded animal was reported by a scout. It had taken shelter in the brush and appeared unable to continue moving. A final shot, delivered with precision and care, ensured that the situation was resolved quickly and humanely. Later in the day, attention shifted from high ground to lower ambush points. Along a narrow path at the mountain's base, an area known for frequent wildlife movement, another encounter occurred. Subtle rustling in the underbrush preceded the emergence of a wild boar. With controlled timing and calm focus, the target was intercepted with a single, clean shot. Throughout such operations, each action is taken with responsibility and awareness of the broader environmental context. These are not merely hunting expeditions but carefully managed wildlife control efforts that serve ecological, agricultural, and conservation goals.